In a big, glowing city full of parties, cameras, and late-night lights, Kylie was used to being seen. She knew how to walk into a room, how to pose, how to smile for photos. But what people didn't see was how tired she'd become of feeling watched all the time. She had just ended a messy relationship. Her ex would not let go. At first, it was only messages, long walls of text about one more chance. Then he appeared at places she went to. The cafe near her gym, the lobby of her building, even sitting in a car across the street at night. He didn't touch her, didn't shout, but he was always there, too close, too often. It felt like a shadow she could not shake off. She tried to ignore it, to stay busy, to focus on work and friends. One evening, a friend dragged her to a small private film event on a rooftop. Kylie said yes, mostly because she wanted one night where she could just breathe. Timothée was there because a friend of a friend had invited him. He loved small, quiet places more than red carpets. He didn't know many people at the party, so he stood at the edge, holding a drink, watching the lights of the city more than the crowd. At some point, Kylie stepped away from her group to get some air. She leaned on the railing, looking over the city. He was a few meters away, doing almost the same thing. For a moment, neither of them tried to perform for anyone. They were just two people on a roof, tired of noise. They started talking. It was simple at first. How beautiful the view was, how long they had known the city. How strange it was to feel lonely in a crowd. There was something calm and gentle in the way Timothée listened, the way he didn't push, didn't rush. Kylie felt herself relaxing, maybe for the first time in weeks. When she went home that night, there was a new feeling inside her, a small warm spark, something like hope. Over the next days they texted, sent each other songs, jokes, and small stories from their days. They met for coffee, for a walk in a quiet park, for a late dinner at a place without paparazzi. With every meeting, Kylie felt a little lighter. With every meeting, Timothée felt more protective of the quiet, fragile space that was growing between them. But the shadow was still there. Her ex had noticed the change. He saw photos of Kylie laughing again. He saw little clues online that someone new was around. His messages got sharper. He sent her old pictures, wrote about how no one would ever know her like he did. When she stopped answering, he started to appear again near her building, on the sidewalk, pretending it was an accident. Kylie did not tell Timothée everything at first. She was afraid he would think she came with too much drama, too much history. But he could sense that something was wrong. Her smile sometimes broke in the middle. She checked her phone too often, and her eyes went dark when she looked at certain messages. One evening, they were going to a small restaurant together. They walked side by side, laughing softly about something unimportant. For a short time, the world felt normal. Then Kylie's body suddenly tensed. Timothée followed her gaze. Across the street, half in the shadow of a building, stood her ex. He wasn't smiling. He just stared directly at them. His eyes moved from Kylie to Timothée and back, cold and fixed. It was clear this was not a coincidence. The air around them changed. The traffic noise faded. Kylie's heart started to race. Her first instinct was to grab Timothée's arm and whisper that they should go, that it was nothing, that it was fine. But he saw the fear in her eyes, and this time he knew it was not fine. The ex crossed the street slowly, as if he owned the ground under his feet. He came too close into their space, close enough that Kylie took a step back. He started talking at her, not to her. About how she didn't answer. About how this new guy didn't know who she really was. The words were less important than the way he said them, like she was something he still owned. Timothée stepped between them, not with loud shouting, but with a firm, clear presence. His back was straight, his voice steady. He told the ex to stop, to leave her alone, that this was not okay. The ex laughed it off at first, tried to push him away with words, with little jabs about how Timothée was just a new toy, something that would fade. Underneath the calm, Timothée was angry in a way he didn't know he could be. Not for his own pride, but because he could see how small and trapped Kylie felt in front of this man. So he didn't step back. He didn't let the ex walk closer. His voice stayed quiet but sharp, telling him again and again that it was over, that following her was wrong, that this was going to stop now. The ex's smile cracked. He tried to pull the situation back under his control with threats and sharp words. People on the sidewalk were starting to look. The moment stretched heavy and dangerous. Kylie's hands shook, but she also saw something she had not seen before, someone who stood in front of her and did not flinch. In the end, it was not a big cinematic fight. It was a choice. The ex saw that he was no longer talking to the same Kylie who had once picked up the phone in the middle of the night. He saw that she was not standing alone anymore. A security guard from a nearby building stepped closer, having watched the scene. The ex threw one last cold look at both of them and walked away into the darkness. Kylie's knees felt weak, but she stayed standing. The city noise came back. Her breathing slowed. Timothée turned to her, not with a victory grin, but with worried eyes. He asked if she was okay, if she wanted to go somewhere else, if she wanted to talk or just sit in silence. There was no pressure, no "I told you so," only care. Over the next days, Kylie took real steps, saving messages, blocking numbers, speaking with people who could help set clear boundaries and protection. Timothée stayed by her side without trying to control the process. He walked with her to meetings when she asked and waited outside when she needed to do things on her own. Slowly, the shadow faded. The ex stopped showing up. The messages stopped. The city felt safer again. What stayed was the quiet bond between them. Built not on perfect photos or easy fun, but on hard moments. Honesty and the simple fact that when things got dark, they chose each other instead of running away. In time, it stopped being Kylie and the guy she sometimes saw and became something simpler and stronger, a couple. Two people with different pasts, with scars and stories, who decided to stand on the same side. And on some evenings, when they walk through the same streets or that confrontation once happened, they still feel the echo of that night. But now it no longer feels like a threat. It feels like the moment the story turned in their favor.